Hi. Hi guys. Hi. This is Eva from Behavioral Med Spa, Miami and Atlanta. And I want to share something that is so important because it's the summer. We are now in June already. And it's something that nobody actually tells you. And unfortunately, reality is such that it's not necessary to be honest when it comes to human skin and when it comes to treatments and when it comes to the fact of you guys knowing what is good for you and what isn't good for you. So hi YouTube. So I want to share something that is super important for Black and Latin women. And that is why Black and Latin women should not wax their face, should not wax their bikini. It's just a rule of thumb, and I will explain something to you guys. Waxing is okay if you are alabaster white. If you're white skin and you want to wax, that's okay. But if you have dark skin, and I'm going actually to demonstrate something, I'm going to show you on a mannequin. So hold on. I'm going to show you something so that everybody understands what I'm talking about, okay? Here is my mannequin. And I'm going to explain you what happens to Black woman or Latin woman that does waxing. So this is your hair. You apply the wax here, right? Then you yank it, you yank the hair. Do you see the brown part here? That's the melanin. That's the melanin. That's the color that we have under the layers of skin. It's here. When you are yanking the hair out with the wax, you are stimulating by the vibration, by yanking it, pulling it out, you are stimulating fast boy high. You're stimulating the melanin. And when you wax the hair out, you are actually starting to get more discoloration on the area. It is very visible in Latin women. You can see this so very often. And then in Black women too, but in Latin women on the upper lip. In Black women, you see it more on the chin and on the neck area because the hair is very hard and very stubbly. And on Black women, you see it on the bikini as well. But in Latin women, it's very common when you wax the upper lip or you wax the face. After 3, 4, 5, 10 waxes, you suddenly start seeing a dark line of a shadow on your upper lip. This is because of the yanking and stimulating through the wax, you stimulate the melanin. And the melanin thinks that something is wrong and it tries to protect the skin. And when it protects the skin, it pushes more melanin up to the surface of the skin and the skin becomes darker. In Black women, this is something that happens here on the neck. It happens on the bikini line. In Black women, you yank the hair, you create irritation. So very often there is irritation because Black women that have excessive hair, they not only wax, they also pluck. And hair is curly in Black skin. So you get, when you wax the hair, very often the hair grows back in, grows under the skin, or when you pluck it. And then you are creating, when this happens, you know, the hair goes back under the skin. You can see it goes back. It's touching the melanin, it's touching the layers of the skin, and there is inflammation. And when the inflammation happens, then you create more discoloration. So when a Black person gets ingrown hairs, you create not only a bump from the ingrown hairs, but you also create more discoloration because the inflammation stimulates the melanin production and it pushes the melanin to the surface of the skin. And this is why Black men for that sake, when you do the waxing of the hair or plucking of the hair, so many black women, black men have all these discolored and swollen and bumpy. And on the bikini, it's the same thing. You get ingrown hairs from waxing, and you get discolored skin. The skin on black people becomes darker. The vagina becomes darker. The vaginal lips become darker. The inner thigh, wherever you are waxing, becomes darker with waxing. So waxing for black people should be a no-no. Waxing on the upper lip for Latin women should be a no-no. In my opinion, and ladies and gentlemen, I do electrolysis, I do laser, I used to do waxing, I don't do waxing. But if you would ask me, what should I do? As we advance in life, technologies advance. And so laser hair removal is the only way that black women and black men should get rid of their hair. It's the only safe way to get rid of the hair. It's the only way that will not discolor your hair, if indeed you are using the ND-YAG laser, which is the only FDA-approved laser for black skin. So indeed, if you are using the YAG laser, that's the only way to get rid of unwanted hair without creating inflammation, without creating discoloration, without stimulating the melanin. Now, if you do laser hair removal with a laser on black skin, on dark skin, that is not a YAG laser that's good for white skin, and there are many lasers out there, not only will it burn your skin, because the laser cannot differentiate between the hair and the skin, and so it will think that this all your dark skin is hair, and it will zap it, and as the laser goes and zaps, it burns. This is why it's important to understand that you need to do the YAG laser, but the YAG laser is the only laser that is suitable for black skin and Latin skin, and will not destroy the pigment of the skin, and will not create inflammation. Waxing, as a rule of thumb, should be a no on black people and on Latin people, particularly on the upper lip, because Latin women, it's so common. You know, I can walk around anywhere and I can tell you precisely which Latin woman is waxing her upper lip. I just have to look at the lip, and I can take 100 women and I can tell you which one, because there is a dark shadow on the upper lip. Also, I want to tell you something about waxing in general, because somebody asked yesterday. She was a light-skinned person, white, and waxing, and it showed. And she showed me the picture, and she said, "Is this normal? I waxed my legs, and it's all stubborn, like strawberry skin. There are women that have, even white women, that have very strong hair. And if you have strong hairs, you shouldn't do waxing. You should do only laser hair removal as a white woman. Why? Because the laser will kill the hair follicles. Wax doesn't kill the hair follicle. Wax only pulls the hair out, but it doesn't kill the hair follicle. Laser will kill the hair follicle, and eventually these black dots that you get, black women get it too, Latin women get it too, but I just happened to talk because I got that message from a white girl, and she showed me these dots on her legs, and I said, okay, it's because your hair is very strong, you have this kind of strawberry skin, the only thing is laser. So for all reasons in this world, laser should be the method that everybody should go to. You should forget about waxing. You should go for laser hair removal. That's the method that you should go to. Waxing has its place. And again, I say, if you're a white person, you know, before there was laser, remember guys, I do this over 40 years. And laser is out only 30. So before there was laser, electrolysis is out 120 years. So I did electrolysis, and I did waxing. So I did waxing before I came to America. When I came to America, nobody knew about waxing. Now everybody's talking about sugar, like sugar. What's new? This is an old Egyptian method. There's nothing new about it. But in America, this became new. And so everybody was, 20 years ago, sugaring, vaccine. It's not such a big plus. Vaccine has a reason for being. It's okay, but it's not good for dark-skinned people, for black people, and it's not good for Latin people, for their upper lip. Other part, maybe on the legs, it's okay, but on the upper lip, categorically, if you're Latin woman, if you're dark woman, if you're black woman, if you're Indian, if you're Pakistani, if you're Mediterranean, Middle Eastern, do not wax your upper lip. It will leave a darker shadow. It stimulates the melanin. And there is very little that you can do because it's so deep inside the skin layers that it's very hard to get, because it's not a superficial thing. The discoloration comes within. So waxing should be no for the upper lip, basically for anybody that has a little bit more color in their skin and is not alabaster white. Laser hair removal is the only method that I will go with. Now, P.S. said that, and remember I said for black and dark skin, there's only one laser, and that's the Nd:YAG laser. If you are able to come to Miami, if you're able to come to Georgia, to my Atlanta Noonan clinic, then by all means, and you're a black woman, you are very lucky and very fortunate. Why? Because I am the #1 specialist in the United States when it comes to black skin, because I treated black skin over 40 years before I came to America. I am the #1 person and have the tremendous amount of expertise and experience, so in laser hair removal, so in discoloration, so in treating black skin. And yes, there is a difference between black skin and between white skin for skin treatments, for discoloration. What I can do on me, I cannot do on somebody that is black. So it requires experience and expertise. This is why I say you are very fortunate if you get me, if you're able to come to Atlanta Noonan, or you're able to come to Miami Beach. So I just wanted to share this with you guys. And if you want to come, if you want to make an appointment, by all means, you can call me at 305-864-3333, 305-864-3333, or you can email me to medspa33154@gmail.com, medspa33154@gmail.com. P.S. I am in my Bay Harbor, Miami Beach location. In a week, I'm going back to Georgia. I'm going between Georgia and Florida all the time. So in a week, in 10 days, I will be in Georgia again, in Atlanta, in my Noonan clinic. But you can call me at 305-864-3333. So for an appointment, so for a consultation, and so for a question. Guys, thank you very much. Ciao, ciao. Eva, bye-bye. Ciao, guys. Ciao.